hunting here is an old ghost town which dates from the 1870s. It serviced a goldfield in this area. There was around 3,000 people in this town, but there's nothing here now whatsoever. There's no remnants of it at all. And it's always a good place for relics and coins because there was such a large volume of foot traffic through this particular area I'm hunting now. There's a little old railway station over behind me, and the main township was over there to the east, and so all the foot traffic came through this area here. And you can pick up coins and buttons, and a lot of them are surface coins too because it's shallow rocky ground. That's a good signal here. It could be a little button or something. Not surface iron. Well, it's just really good, this one. Sounds good. Got a big piece of brass, but you never know. Could be a coin. Because of all the foot traffic, there's a lot of coins, and we find a lot of brass buttons here. Obviously, cotton in the 1800s wasn't so good because a lot of buttons fall off bits of clothing. But they're interesting to collect because they've all got brand names on them, so you can actually make a collection of brass buttons from the 19th century. It's a little brass bit of saddle stud off of a leather saddle. That's why it's such a high reading. It was 65-70. Good target.
Oh, there it went. Another one of these little old buttons. Probably got 6 or 7 of these buttons so far, and 2 or 3 buckles. One little lead ball, kind of like almost mini ball style. Spoon.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
That'll be hallmarked. It'll probably electroplate, but it'll have a name on the back. Quite a bit of camp lead there. Nice one. It'll be, it'll have a hallmark. That's one of those old 19th century spoons with the square ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll definitely be marked. There it is there.
Red 52. Can't make it out.
Won't be sterling, but you'll be able to look it up. It's probably Sheffield electroplate.
Alright.
English. A little ball, musket ball, would it be that tiny? Is it a shotgun ball or something? That's a real beauty. That's probably that's definitely 1800s. It's Victorian costume jewellery. Look at that. That's a little lady's
Brooch thing or something.
yeah. I think they're just pressed tin, like, but you get that's lovely. It's still linked onto the look. The loop's still on there. Beauty. Some sort of machinery. Just watching no snake coming out at me there. Probably an opium pipe.
Yeah. Nice.
Stem might still be there. The stem was usually steel, or they could. Some of them were bone.
Yeah.
That's a Chinese opium pipe.
Nice.
Is it lead? Was it a lead signal?
It's a good salt. Yeah, it was like
I got a
mini
brass
ball or
one
something.
similar to that
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, and that's an opium
little,
pipe.
design on it.
Yeah, they just put a bit of
pipe.
opium in there, and they just smoked that little bit of opium, and they're out for a few days.
Sweet.
That's a ripper, that one.
It's a ripper. Chinese relic there. What a ripper.
Good one. That's a great point. I like getting Chinese relics. Yeah. They're real historic. That guy's smoking opium out of a lead pipe. It can't be healthy.
There's a lot of things wrong with that picture.
Yeah.
If the opium doesn't get you, the lead will get you.
Yep. You get the opium tins too, and they're quite ornate, and they've got Chinese characters on them, like a big matchbox lid. Yeah. They're often brass though, they're not tin.
Button. Oh yeah. Nothing on there, no visible markings.
Three of these so far. Got a pocket full of these old buckles. These kind of bounce around just a little bit, but they're thick enough to give you a good reading up into the 60s, but they jump down enough to know that it's not a button or a coin, but you definitely got to dig those and see what they are.
If you walked away from a hole, the Chinamen would come in the next day and they'd be all over it, and they'd take your claim. So one of the old fellas up here is a relative of the bloke that lives. He seeded he dug a shallow scrape, because the European miners used to dig square holes, but the Chinese dig round ones. And he just seeded it with a couple of nuggets, and so the Chinese came along and thought, oh hey, someone's been digging here, and so they moved in big time, and then he organised a group of blokes. There's about 30 of them from here, and they just went over and had a big pitched battle with the Chinese, and there was 20 or 30 guys killed. Wow. They just shot the Chinese out and then just pushed them off the field, and any Chinese that they found they'd shoot. So they had to retreat, but they set up a spot to trap the Chinese claim jumper. So there's a lot of violence, and you could find a skeleton. That'd be interesting. Just got a nice little ladies' buckle, perhaps, from this old miners' campsite. There was a solid 68 on the AT Pro. Maybe a lady's little dress buckle or something, but it's a beautiful little casting. They're often branded on the back there. They'll have a name on them. The 19th century.
Got a matchbox lid here. It's stamp dated 1832, Bell and Company. According to Warren, this is the little metal matchboxes they used out here for lighting fires or cigarettes or whatever, I guess. Found a lot of these. That's cool though when you can actually get a date on there, 1832.
That's nice. That's like a coat button. That's not a shirt button. Yeah, or a cuff button.
Looks more like something military button.
Yeah,
like,
it could be.
There's a brass rivet that.
Yeah, that's a saddle rivet.
Yeah.
This could be a lot of these sort of types of buttons. You got a maker's name on the back, and you'll be able to.
Right. It's got detail too.
Clean that up. No, that's nice.
Not a button type I'm familiar with.
No, that could be navy.
It looks like an anchor, you know.
Yeah, or definitely an anchor. Yeah.
Interesting.
If we clean the back up, and it'll have a name. Should have a maker's name.
Yeah, we'll clean it
molded into the back. Yeah. That'll tell us if it's English or Australian.
Right.
Part of what the Garrett team does is learn. So while we were in Australia, we checked out a wide variety of detecting environments. There's nothing like the experience of visiting different countries to see how our detectors really perform. We did field testing along creek beds and in other areas where we could check out the soil conditions. And Australia has plenty of challenging soils to contend with. We also found that it pays to watch your step around some of the old mining areas. We even found a little time to get in some gold panning. part of our trip over here in Australia, we're testing out our different machines in all kind of environments. And today we're out in a big public park area. They got a nice little swimming lake here that's kind of down as they approach the winter time. Water's a little bit lower, so we got a chance to work the beaches and the shores. And I'm going with the AT Gold with the small coil. Just got a little basket here to retrieve hopefully some coins and some jewelry as we go through. And I'm learning what the signals are as I go. This is a mid-50s item. You know, in the States that might be a pull tab. You know, here I'm not going to make a lot of assumptions until I get more experienced at digging their targets and their coins. But it's a lot of fun regardless. I mean, keep in mind as you travel, take a metal detector with you. We get out to different countries and I always pack some in the suitcase. Don't have any problems getting to the airports or getting through security. Usually I put them in the check baggage so it's easier to get around with it. And you get to these places and you just never know what may come up. Get to digging and having fun. Let's see here. Well, I thought I had it in there. Maybe I dropped it. Yeah, whatever it is small. I guess I've just dropped it here. Let's see. That's why I wear gloves. I can just sit here and sift through the sand real quick and not cut myself if it's a piece of aluminum or whatever. Yeah, I think I've got part of a pop top or a pull tab here. Something little. Yeah. Piece of a pull tab there. Aluminum. Yep. One more piece of junk somebody won't have to step on the beach here. But keep moving along. I'm sure we'll find some coins or something at least out here. That could be aluminum or that could be one of those little junky small denomination coins. Those things bounce quite a bit. There's still some little bit of iron or something there if I put on the iron audio. Yeah. That's what that was, but yep, here's a pop top right beside it. Both junky and both bouncy. At least we're cleaning up these pop tops out of the beach area here for the kids. Junky, junky, junky. That's another bouncy low number. But you never know, it could be a small piece of jewelry or just more of this aluminum trash. Already got one little platinum type ring, so it pays to dig, see what they are. And aha, just as I said, it pays to dig. This is a piece of gold, buddy. A little gold butterfly emblem. That read 38 and 39, it was bouncy. The platinum thing earlier was solid in the 70s, but that's why you dig some of these bouncy ones here on these beaches where the kids swim and where the parents lay out. A little thing like that, it's not going to read real high. So I probably dug 10 or 12 pieces of foil and half a dozen pop tops, but then you get rewarded with one nice piece of gold afterwards. Not too bad.
Well, I have some nice coins, $2 coins. They registered real good in the detector. The detector goes real deep. As you see, I'm working the detector with the full sensitivity. I working with all metal, full sensitivity, and it's working real good. So not only finding the coins, but taking the trash out, that we contribute with the cleaning the place. So it's something nice that we can do.
Bouncy in the 40s. What have we this time? Yep, a little coin. Some of these coins here don't read real strong, so I'm getting used to where they hit. The $1 and $2 coins hit pretty good, but this is
This has been here for a while, I guess. Looks like one of those 5-cent pieces. And they're kind of junky, bouncing around 30s and 40s. I wouldn't say junky, but they're just not a good signal compared to the larger denomination coins. This sand is so easy to dig in, it's great. I'm loving it. Yeah, there's something that's hitting a little bit higher, like around 80. Let's see. Might be deep enough there. Oh, got it. Yeah, this little basket's ideal for just making a scoop and grabbing what you got. Yeah, we got a coin in there. Let's see what that one is. Oops, I just dropped it. Where'd it go? Dog on it. Where did that just drop it? There it goes right there. It is. It's a little bit corroded. I think it's another one of those nickel coins, but let me just double check and see what that reads. Yeah, it's reading up 78 to 80 range. What is it? I think that's actually one of the dollar coins. That's why it's reading higher. It's more conductive. But it's about the same size as some of those nickel coins I was digging. Come to Papa. The little teeth on this thing are perfect to keep stuff from going through that's of any size. Yeah, there's another one of those little coins. Cleans off pretty good. There's a 5-cent coin. It's reading in the 70s. That could be a good coin, perhaps. Yeah, it's getting a little junky as I take the soil off. Check with the iron audio. Odds are that's going to be a bottle cap or something similar to that, but let's just dig it up and see if that's the case. Still something trashy right there. Let's see what it is. Yeah, it's a larger coin. Thing's all rusted out down there. What is that? Flip it over and see what we got here. Australian 1952. That's cool. That's an older one. Sitting down there a little bit deeper. It's reading around 61, but it's got some iron grunt to it. So let's see if that's a pop top or if that's one of those low denomination coins. I guess it's a pop top. Yeah, that's what that is. A little junky. Now let's see what it is though. You never know. signal, I'll just push down behind it and back up straight through the target. And I got it. Sometimes you don't get it the first grab, but give a couple passes at it. Oh, there's a coin. There's one of these old florins of some sort, I guess there. Let's see if I can rinse it off. Yeah, it's pretty garbaged up. It's been in the water a long time. There you go. Aussie coin there. I have no idea about the date, but I'll check it later. Scoop down and through. Got a little bitty charm there, like a little heart charm. Just lined up right behind the target and just kind of push down and through where it pinpoints. A lot of this stuff in these swimming beaches doesn't settle that deep because you got hard clay underneath this white sand. So it makes a good hunting environment. Okay, we spent a couple hours at a freshwater lake over there at a park, and now we've driven just a little ways out here to the coast here at Perth. So we're going to do some hunting at the saltwater beach right here at the ocean. I've switched to the AT Pro International, and again I'm going to use the small 5x8 double D because that gives me great separation on targets. You know, if I've got coins adjacent to bottle caps or something like that. And I've also got the ability to ground balance to saltwater. The AT Gold, you can run in disc 2 mode with some degree of effectiveness at the saltwater, but you really want to be able to ground balance to salt. The AT Gold's made to ground balance to the most highly mineralized soils, whereas the International AT Pro goes from salt all the way to mineralized ground. So here in the dry sand, I don't really have a problem. It's very neutral. But as I start going over here to where the sand is wet, if I'm not properly ground balanced with a VLF detector, you're going to hear it start chattering. And that's when you've got to stop and change and fix your ground balance. You can hear that. I'm picking up the ground there, the saltiness that's in this wet sand. So I just simply want to ground balance. And once I'm ground balanced, if I'm still getting any response at all, I might hit it again. Go a little bit lower. That takes me down to a lower number, 17, whereas before it was ground balanced quite a bit higher. If you still had any more residual that you were picking up, you could hit ground balance and manually take it down a couple more clicks to get it to where you've got the least response. Once you move into the water itself, you'll probably have to ground balance again because you've encountered a different environment there. But by having the AT Pro International, you've got the ability to ground balance to dry sand, wet sand, in the water. Moving water is the most variable environment you can hit. So just remember to ground balance as often as is necessary. So we'll go at it here for a while, and hopefully we'll find some coins or jewelry and get back to you in a little bit.
Yeah. So
5-cent piece. Hey, we just kind of moved in right here after these guys finished off their cricket game. Saw a lot of people wearing khaki pants and stuff. Looked like they just come out of work, running and diving, going after the ball and stuff. So they're bound to have lost some of those $1 and $2 coins out here. At least that's what we're hoping. So we're gonna try to pound the surf, the sand through here real quick. Kind of getting low on daylight, so we'll give this another 15-20 minutes, see if we can come up with something, and then we'll do a little wrap here and show you what we found today. Jumping around a bit, so I don't know what's down there. There's one of those that reads in the 70s. Not too deep either. I think I got it. Yeah, it's a coin. That was one of them $2 coins, yeah. That was not been down here long either. I bet they just lost that earlier. That's cool. It just shows you when people run around jumping and diving in the sand like that, they're gonna lose stuff. If I could find $2 coins like that all the time, I'd be a pretty happy camper. Give it a little bit longer and we'll wrap it up here in a few minutes. Well, I guess we better call it a day here. Looks like it's getting dark pretty soon, so run through and see what we got here real quick. Number of coins there. Earring. And a fair number of these $2 coins here. Piece of gold butterfly jewelry there. But, I don't know, probably $10 to $20 without counting it real quick of coins, because I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, a bunch of the $2 coins in there. This one, no, not that one, one of the larger ones here, dated back to 1959. You know, just a variety of Australian money. That's just a quick couple hours hunt here at the freshwater and then at the saltwater, using AT Pro International, AT Gold. And Reese has been using the EuroACE. He's got some more coins, some dollar coins, $2 coins. Henry's picked up a few also. A lot of fun though. I mean, just shows these machines are great wherever you go. The environment's very similar. You just ground balance to the conditions you're in. I set the scrim with nothing notched out. I tend to go in there with just a little bit of iron to scrim, 10 to 20, and dig everything that's questionable in the pull tab range in that area. And that's when you end up getting gold items like that. Enjoyable day. Be back at you again next time.
We're going to get in this hole. Reese, you want to go first? You have to lower yourself down on a vine.
Barbecue on the meat pie.
Best pies in Australia. Come and get them at the Sunshine Bakery.